we find that Muslims have become backward as far as science technology is concerned, as far as education is concerned. And the main reason is because we have gone away from the Quran and Sunnah. Previously, from the 8th to the 12th century, it was called as the Dark Ages. Dark for whom? Dark for the Europeans. The amount of advances the Muslim Arabs made, it is phenomenal. And if we read history, what we read in school, I myself have passed from a convent school, a Christian missionary school. I've got my education from there. It's later on, afterwards, I realized that what I read in school and in my medical college, I'm being a medical doctor, many things is something different. We are taught in school that the blood circulation was first discovered by William Harvey. In fact, if you read the Quran, Quran speaks about the blood circulation in Surah Nahl, chapter number 16, verse number 66. How does the food enter into the stomach? Then from there, it goes in the intestine. From the intestine, via the bloodstream to various organs of the body, including the mammary gland, which is responsible for the production of milk. It speaks about the production of milk and about the blood circulation in a nutshell in Surah Nahl, chapter 16, verse 66. After the research, I came to know that the first human being who first described the blood circulation was Ibn Nafis. 600 years after the Quran was revealed and 400 years before William Harvey. But when we read in our textbook, we are told about William Harvey. How many of us know about Ibn Nafis? How many of us? Hardly anyone knows that Ibn Nafis was the first person who described the blood circulation. We learn about geography, but the person who drew the first world map of geography was Al-Idrusi in 1154. What we study, the digits in school, you know what it's called? It is called as Arabic numerals. The 1, 2, 3, 4 that we use for writing, 1, 2, 3, 4, it is called as Arabic numerals. The other is the Roman numeral. The Indians were the people who first discovered about the zero, and the Arabs took it from there and made it famous to the world by adding a decimal. That's how we have the system today. We learn in mathematics about the Pythagoras theorem that the square of the hypotenuse in a triangle is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides. The Pythagoras theorem that we learn in school, it was first discovered by Al-Tusi. So we know that Muslims, few centuries back, they were advanced in science and technology. But when we read in our textbook today, they are hardly mentioned. Who is the father of trigonometry? It is Al-Biruni. Have you heard of Al-Kindi? Al-Kindi wrote 200 works in mathematics, in geometry, in logic. And at a time when Galileo, Descartes, and Newton, when they said that all physical laws are absolute, he said that it was relative. Later on, Albert Einstein did more research, and he propounded the theory of relativity. When we read history, we come to know that Muhammad Ahmad and Hassan Shakir, these brothers, they measured the surface area of the earth by measuring an angle at the Red Sea at a time when people thought the world was flat. We learn chemistry, and we are told that Geber is the person who discovered alcohol. It is Jabir ibn Hayyan, Jabir. When they write in our textbook, it is Geber, Geber, sounds like a Westerner, Geber. It is Jabir ibn Hayyan. So when we read, we think, oh, it's a Westerner, Geber, Geber. And Jabir ibn Hayyan, he discovered alcohol, and the word alcohol comes from the Arabic word al-gul, meaning evil spirit. When we read history, we come to know about Muhammad Zakaria Ar-Razi. He was advanced in the field of medicine, and he even wrote books on measles and smallpox. When we read medicine, we know that Ali ibn Abbas, he wrote 20 volumes on practice and theory of medicine. We are told about Avicenna, Avicenna, the Aristotle of the East. It is Ali ibn Sina. Ali ibn Sina, he was called as the Aristotle of the East. He was a philosopher, he was a mathematician. So when we go back to history and we see that we Muslims, we were on top of the world. The reason we were on top of the world at that time is because at that time, we were close to the Quran and Sunnah. Now, we have gone away from Quran and Sunnah, and that's the reason we are in the firing line.